Now that Food Town has closed its doors, Trotwood is without a traditional full-service grocery store. LaDawn says she'll now have to drive about 15 minutes to visit a supermarket.
You can't just go and buy food real quick.
It's devastating because that then makes us a food desert. And I know we have a food pantry that's part of our church, but a food pantry can't support the amount of individuals we have in Trotwood.
Mayor Mary McDonald tells me Gordon Food Service, a restaurant supplier on Salem Avenue, has opened its doors to shoppers looking for groceries like meat, dairy, and fresh produce.
What they are willing to do and have been doing is making the package sizes smaller in the store so that citizens can get what they need and not have to buy the massive restaurant style sizes.
The mayor says Montgomery County has partnered with the city to help offer incentives for a grocer to open a store in Trotwood.
We pretty much think that we'll be able to come up with a package that may be something of interest to a major grocery store looking to move into our area.
Community members say they hope a new grocery store comes to town soon.
I don't think anything is good, but Gordon, GFS isn't going to take the place of a food town.
And we're still waiting to hear back from Gordon Food Service about the options and groceries they've made available to customers. Now, the mayor told me she couldn't provide a time frame for how quickly a new grocer could move into town, but a city council member told me last night she's hopeful that'll happen within a year. We're live tonight in Trotwood. Kristen Escow, 2 News, working for you.
When this opportunity presented itself, it just seemed like a no-brainer and a perfect fit for me. Customers are amazed at our pricing. They're able to save up to 40 to 70% off. They're so welcoming. Everyone wants to talk to me, shake my hand, and even just say hi. I'm currently working with El Camino Compton Center in order to introduce their food pantry to help students of the college in order to have access to good quality food. My future goals are to continue to offer good pricing and excellent products.
Are you the first African-American owner of a grocery store in Compton? Is that
no, so let me clarify that. I know it went crazy and just, there's a very well-known store that's still in the community. It is no longer black-owned, but it was first established, called Miracle Market.
Got you, okay.
And yeah, the footprint is a lot smaller than where I am, but we still have to pay homage and give him much love, right?
Absolutely.
This store is been around, I want to say, almost 40 years in the community, but I believe when the previous owners, when they passed away, then ownership got transferred to another ethnic background. So
got you.
It is no longer black owned. So yes, you could say currently that I am, yes, the only black owned grocery store. I give much love and 100% like just gratefulness to Smart & Final.
Right, I don't, because it got you to where you are at this point.
Exactly. And you never, in layman terms, bite the hand that has fed you.
Absolutely
right?
not. Absolutely not.
I've been able to do some amazing things off the salary that Smart & Final has given me, right?
Gotcha.
I own 2 homes currently.
Wow.
I've been able to travel. Great, right? But that was only here.
Right.
And that's all that I was only going to be here always. And it was kind of one of those moments where I was being so overwhelmed with work, so overwhelmed with so many things that they just kept throwing at me. And yeah, of course, I'm taking all the challenges in and keep riding with it because that's just the type of personality that I have.
Right.
But then that's what I told myself, like, okay, you're either going to make a change and decide to start doing something for yourself, or you're going to stay here and shut up and quit complaining.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So at what point did that click for you, time-wise? From, let's say, where we're at right now, 2017, how many years ago did that click for you?
No, this is very recent.
I want people to know that.
When I tell you, it was one of those nights that I was having, and I don't know. It must have just been the grace of God for me to just decide, okay, it's time for me to go. And then I read a cool quote that says, when God makes you uncomfortable, that means he's trying to put you in a different situation.
Right.
I believe
keep,
that.
Trying to stay
make it
and
work.
keep wanting to be there, right?
I believe that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So,
just
and that's
happened.
what that became, being in Smart and Final and just keep continuing to do that. So, it got to a point, and it took a while for Grocery Outlet. It wasn't something that they just said, all right, kid, we got this opportunity, let's do it.
Right. So this
Took them about 6 months.
This is the franchise that did you reach out to them, or how did this work out? This whole process.
They're not actually a franchise,
Okay.
and that's something else that I have to definitely
let us
clear
know.
up about. So usually with a franchise, you sign all these franchise agreements. You have to pay all these royalty fees. It's like a gamut of rules. Anytime you engage in something like that, there's a lot of lawyers involved.
Right.
A lot of just extraness that's not necessary. And Grocery Outlet, their motto is you actually sign a license deal with them.
Really?
So the cool part about this, I don't actually own any of the inventory. It's given to me.
Wow.
And then I own the entity inside of Grocery Outlet. So all the employees are my employees, my corporation, which is called Granny's Grocers. Nice. I'm paying homage to my grandmother.
Oh, that's love.
Love her.
Love, okay.
Right? So
Really?
that's how I'm able to do business under my corporation's name. And the best part about that is Grocery Outlet is a phenomenal company to where they say, hey, kid, if you don't want to do this, just write us a 60-day letter.
We done.
You know, this is not nothing that you tied into or you handcuffed to, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, you want to do something else? Cool. Just let us know, you know? Like, they're so cool, and some of the people, some of the other fellow operators, you meet them, they just like me, regular people that have been in like the retail grocery industry for years, and this opportunity was kind of presented to them, and now they have a chance to really change their lives. Because for me, my brother works for me, my two cousins, right?
Keep it in the family.
Right, like my niece, my
Well, look,
little
I'm gonna tell you the
nephew,
truth.
it's awesome.
This food desert is no longer dry. It's an oasis with numerous fresh and affordable food options for residents here who have been long awaiting the opening of this grocery store, which has been more than a year in the making. Residents in Marrero are excited about the opening of a new neighborhood-style full-service grocery store.
I do. I passed one day and I seen Sterling Farms, and I'm thinking, I hope that's a grocery store.
That's because the nearest place to find fresh produce and household needs is nearly 2 miles away.
To get things we need, you know, when we just have to just run and pick up something right quick, and you got to go way out your way to get something and stuff. So it's good. It's right in the neighborhood, and I don't stay too far from it.
Opening in the site of an old Winn-Dixie supermarket, Sterling Farms brings relief to this food desert, an area where there is little to no access to fresh, affordable food.
We believe in affordability. We want to have that kind of bond with the community, that they feel comfortable, that they're always going to get a good bargain here. They're going to always get good customer service here.
New Orleans businessmen Troy Henry and James Hatchett partnered with actor Wendell Pierce to open this grocery store in an area that many large chain stores have deserted.
So where they saw risk, I saw reward, and it's an opportunity to do well and do good. Something as simple as bringing a grocery store to an underserved community.
The store employs more than 60 part-time and full-time workers, people like Michelle Wells.
It's amazing to me. I mean, the management team, they treat their employees well. It's a new store that we've brought to the community. Great pay, great people, so I love it.
Another convenience for shoppers is the Sterling Shuttle.
If a resident needs a ride home, if they spend over $50, we'll give them a ride home.
Now, this is the first of several more Sterling Farms locations planned in the New Orleans metro area. The management team hasn't announced quite yet where the other locations will be, but they say they're looking at sites on the East Bank as well as outside of Orleans Parish. On your side in Marrero, I'm Casey Ferran. Back to you.
All right, Casey, thank you. The store opened through a public-private partnership venture. The management team was able to get both state and federal assistance to open the store because of its location.
And what year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2012.
And what'd you get your degree in?
Business.
And so right now you just got a bachelor's?
I got a bachelor's
in business. Do you plan on going back to get an MBA?
I went back actually, but my bachelor's, I should have went for something else because I was doing business while I was in school.
Yeah.
And then once I started chasing my MBA, I had a full-time business. I was a full-time entrepreneur at that time.
And did you need an MBA at that point?
I didn't need a bachelor's at that point, so I definitely didn't need an MBA.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
I went again, thinking the world is telling
supposed
me
to do. Absolutely.
I need to do this.
Same
I
thing
need
talked
to
about
go
last
out
week.
there. Yeah. So I'm doing it in. Yeah, maybe this will make me. I remember I was. This one of my female friends was kind of on what I was doing, and it was just kind of like. You need that degree because the way y'all moving, and we in a car business too, so it's like
volatile.
It's volatile, but it's dirty, and it's like when I go to the dealership, it's clean, and it's just maybe you should go to school, and I'm like, maybe I should, knowing that was dumb. I'm like, we making money, like we wasn't, and nobody else is complaining. But again, we had to get to that point, but. I just got psyched into thinking it made sense.
The school was what you needed.
Went in, I'm like, took more debt, wasted more time, and I just dropped out like, I don't need this. When we opened up our first car lot, you felt this we was gratifying, like, man, we done really turned a new leaf in life. The lease situation is we don't lease nothing. We got a deed, it's ours, but then the social glass ceiling hit because my partner, he riding a Bentley, and I'm like, I want to so bad, but I stay 5 minutes from this. We on East Warren.
Yeah.
He in the burbs. I'm like, I stay 5 minutes from this. If I up a Bentley,
it's a wrap.
Might not see me no more.
It's a wrap.
I'm thinking about the glass ceiling of like I can't.
Everybody else's mentality.
I can't even enjoy.
Yeah,
because I'm in the fishbowl.
Yeah,
I can't even enjoy it.
Yeah.
I ride up there. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't own you. It's not your hood if you don't own it. I'm like, I own a piece of this. I can't ride around and enjoy myself. And this is before I had a child. I'm thinking differently. I can't even enjoy myself because I'm thinking about what the next person will try to do to me.
Exactly.
And I still got the heart. Like I'm hired. Like I haven't hired a person yet without a criminal record in that industry. Everybody got a criminal record.
In the car shop.
In the car shop.
Yeah.
Everybody got a criminal record. Everybody done been in jail for something. Even I don't care if it's child support. I'm trying to get you out of that. This grocery store process, I got opened up to community development.
Okay.
I got opened up to. I'm just thinking I'm opening the store.
You're gonna go out there, right.
I started seeing the sinister sides of government, people, the food industry. Like I seen the monopoly.
Yeah.
I seen the Chaldean mob and all of that. I'm like, this is bigger than that.
Did you know about like zoning and the inspection? I mean, you had some idea of the inspections, but the zoning and all of these rules. Did you have an idea about that before you went into something that included food?
No, I knew about zoning and all that stuff from just a general
neighborhood,
perspective.
right.
But the food business and the food industry is totally different.
Yeah, super intense.
I think all food entrepreneurs, especially in Detroit, and again, take it beyond Detroit, any major urban city, it's intentional to make it hard. Like the laws and the ordinances and the zoning complications of the typical food entrepreneur in the city versus the burbs is just astronomically different. You run into it's so many things that you can do wrong, and it
absolutely
destroy you. Economic development ain't the first step in the hood. If we want to build a hood, it's not economic development, it's legal, political reform.
Okay.
We need a political I don't care how much money we make. If we going up against that, we'll never have the access we need still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So legal reform is really our first step, or it needs to be 1A, 1B, economic and political, instead of just saying we just need money and we good. No, it's a combination of the first two books plus all of the other experiences that I've had just with this one experience at the grocery store.
And you learned all this on the go?
All is on
trial and error.
And error and asking questions and being a nice guy and getting people to tell me like, what you doing is cool, but you're going to run into this.
Right.
And it's not, and we are, especially in this world, whether it's PR, whatever, we gonna get the people who have never done it, and they telling you what you need to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. I get a lot of that, but I have definitely got, come here.
For sure.
And they know what they talking about. They like, you going about it the wrong way because you don't know what's on the other side of that wall.
Translation, this is...
or I'm in this role that I really want to change. I can't.
So
I got this position, and if I could help you, I would, but I can't. But I'm gonna only give you the information. If you
Which is vital.
If you go about it this way, you ain't gonna win.
And
because we're not seeing a lot of legal rambling. We don't see none of that. We just see
either they in business or they not.
We see this building, I'm gonna go buy it and I'm gonna turn it into whatever.
Yeah.
And that ain't how it goes. So this book right here is just that perspective of, if we really want to make the hood great, this is the real steps. Like, get out of the clouds.
Get your hands dirty.
Get your hands dirty. Strategic.
Yeah.
Learn. And this is what we really need to do.
Raphael Wright, 30 years old, East Side native, Detroit native, Make the Hood Great Again, the hat, the book, Wealth, How to Hustle, Mary Grove product. TGThehost.com, the People's Choice Podcast is wherever you listen to your. Subscribe to the website. Subscribe to my YouTube. Just search TG the Host.